Hey, this is Jersey. You're listening to the Garden State.
You are listening to The Garden State, the only New Jersey podcast that gives you all the news you need to hear this week. My name is Josh Sobo.
My name is Josh Chomik.
And I'm Jimmy Parks.
Welcome back, everyone.
It is a beautiful morning.
Yes.
I love waking up and walking outside. We record these so early, and it's nice. You don't feel like you're freezing. You don't have to warm up the car.
You know, I didn't even think about that on my way here, but you're right. It's very nice out, and the sun is currently rising over central New Jersey.
Great morning.
Great morning.
And Jimmy's back with us.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Jimmy, you travel more than anyone I know. More than anyone I've ever met in my life.
Thank you, I think.
You weren't traveling, though. You were working.
I was working, but I guess I was driving still far for work, so...
Okay.
Yeah, we called you last week. You didn't answer us, but it's all good.
I know, I was in the middle of something.
What were we trying to ask Jimmy last week?
It was about Trenton, about the Starbucks, about the area.
Oh, yeah. I've been to that Starbucks. I don't drink coffee, though.
I had a friend come up to me yesterday and say his brother almost was the manager of that Starbucks.
No way.
That exact Starbucks?
Yes.
No way. What a small world.
Or actually, maybe the manager, which is kind of random. But hey, guys, welcome back. It's so good to be back in the studio. This is an exciting week for the Garden State. We have a lot going on.
Huge week.
A lot of interesting news stories, and we have an event that's happening. Well, if you're listening to this, it happened last night.
So hopefully it went well.
But we're recording this before the event. Yeah, hopefully the event goes well. Our 100-episode celebration extravaganza extreme.
So if you're listening to this and you didn't show up, you missed out.
Yeah.
We had pizza.
There's pizza for sure.
Yeah, hopefully, and cake and trivia.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
For sure. So, there's a lot going on this week. And before we do anything here, before we, even talk about Josh Chomik and his life.
I don't want to talk about my life. I want to talk about your life.
All right. So then why don't we get into a weekend recap and talk about what we did this week in the state of New Jersey?
Weekend
recap.
All right. So this weekend, I went to the American Dream Mall, finally.
Your first time.
I'm so sorry.
Guys.
Wait, you went on the rainy day too, so I'm guessing everyone and their mother was at this mall.
We didn't. So my wife really wanted to go to the American Dream Mall. She was like, I really want to go. So I said, okay.
Has she been wanting to go?
Well, yeah, she really wanted to go because she's like, I'm cooped up inside every day. It's cold out. I need something to do. It's a Saturday. Let's go somewhere. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll go to the mall. And she's like, no, I want to go to American Dream Mall. I want to get a burger from Mr. Beast Burger.
Whoa.
It's like a running joke between us. She likes Mr. Beast. We watched some of his videos and she just thinks it's hilarious. So we were going to go to Beast Burger to get burgers. I thought with how bad the rain was on Saturday, nobody would be at the mall, which is, I said to her, I'm like, this is stupid, but maybe we'll get lucky and there's going to be no one there because it was raining.
Yeah, right.
Turnpike was so bad. You couldn't see a thing.
Yeah.
It was that heavy.
Yeah.
We were wrong.
Everyone in New Jersey was there?
It's like the Mecca of the state of New Jersey. We walk in, there's a wrestling match happening in this, like a full-on wrestling.
It looked like a WWE match.
Yeah, it was like 12 guys in a ring. What do you call like the center of a mall where there's like all 4 or 3 or 4 levels can be seen?
The atrium?
Like an atrium, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like 1,000 people in chairs in this atrium cheering on this like low-budget wrestling match. And it was just
Were they
hilarious.
actual wrestlers or is it just like a random entertainment company that is there to entertain people?
I don't know the difference. I mean, like I think that they're like what do you call it? Like not minor league. What's the
semi-pro?
Amateur, like amateur wrestlers.
Okay.
Like they want to make it WWE.
Yeah.
And they were going after it, man.
And like kids were into it?
Oh yeah. They were doing crazy moves like suplexes and
Your video looked crazy.
It was really
it's
crazy.
like the last thing you'd expect to like see walking into a mall.
Yeah. So I mean, American Dream is a trip. It's honestly.
Did you get to do the whole walkthrough?
We walked through it. Yeah. It's not as big as I thought it'd be. Mm-hmm. I thought it'd be way, way bigger.
Yeah, like we walked from one side to the next, but I think it's the levels too that add up to the space.
Yeah. Well, it's 3 levels, and then you have like weird twists and turns into like the Nickelodeon world. But as far as the length of it, it felt very comparable to is it Garden State Plaza?
Maybe. I don't know
In
what you're
Paramus?
thinking of.
It felt like that was the length of it.
Okay.
But I could be making that up.
I forgot what it felt like. It was like 2 years since we'd been there, but I remember when we went to near the end, there were still so many stores that weren't even open. It was just kind of like an abandoned section.
Also, we went on a Sunday, so everything was closed too.
Yeah, that's weird. Was your Mr. Beast burger good?
We didn't get them.
Oh.
It was so crazy. We were like, all right.
But that's the one thing that Shelby wanted.
Yeah, but by the time we got there, it was so overwhelming that I think
Yeah.
we were like, let's just go.
Did you eat there at all, or just did
We
not
got
eat
a
at the mall?
donut from this spot,
Okay.
from one random place. But otherwise, yeah, we were just kind of eager to walk around, and June was running everywhere like a mad woman. So we were like, all right, let's get out of here.
Oh,
But
for
it
a
was-
kid, that must be like heaven
Sensory
on earth.
overload.
Yeah, there's so much to see.
Parking there felt like I was pulling into like an airport terminal.
Did you pay for parking at the garage?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like $3. for
That's
like
not terrible.
2 hours.
You didn't get wet, so that's good.
Yeah, we were in the garage. It wasn't a big deal at all.
Would you go back?
Yeah,
Like on a
I mean,
weekend if you want to hang with
on
your
like
fam?
a weekday, I'd go back.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't go back on a Saturday. Zero interest. But I mean, you know,
Do they have like good stores that other like malls don't have or no?
you know, they had a lot of stores. I don't know, like they had the typical mall stores.
Okay.
You know, they had the Apple store.
But like, is there any store that you would have to go to American Dream for that other malls don't offer? Like anything special like that? Or is it more just about the experience of going to the American Dream?
I didn't see any, but maybe they do. I'm not sure, to be honest.
There's so many stores.
Yeah.
Like, I've only been there once, so I completely forgot what that mall's like.
Yeah. It was a trip. And I saw the big, didn't you see that slope?
I went snowboarding there once.
What's that meant? Snowboard?
Yeah, I went like 2 Julys ago. So I
What was
went in the
that
middle of
like?
the summer. It was awesome. It's cool. It's small. If you like a terrain park to do jumps and like rails, it's really fun. But it's just like one slope, so it kind of gets boring after like an hour or two.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't gone back.
Okay.
But it's good if you're like learning how to snowboard or you want to learn and get ready for the season. Do that in the summertime when it's hot out. You know, cool off a bit, go to the big snow, and then you're ready for the snowboard season.
Where is the wave pool? In the water park?
Yeah.
Okay, because you can't really see in the water park. They block that out.
Yeah, it's kind of, you have to like get in there to actually see it. But the wave pool, like the surf school is open in the mornings and late nights. And then the water park's open during the day as a wave pool. So
Okay.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, but that was my weekend. What did you do, Josh Chomick?
It was a beautiful weekend actually. Saturday it was the rainy day, so not only did I go storm chasing with Jimmy Parks over here, hung out with a lot of friends, like caught up with a lot of friends I haven't seen in a minute. So it was just it was a kickback. You know, what else are you doing on a rainy Saturday? It was awesome, and then Sunday was another chill day. Like it was just a beautiful weekend all around. I love rainy weekends.
Yeah.
I don't know, like most people hate rainy weekends. I love rainy weekends.
No, I did the same thing as Josh did on Saturday. So for it being a rainy day, it was an awesome day. We also went to my favorite burger place in New Jersey, Turf and Surf Burger in Warren.
That's your number one?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a good burger.
How was that?
Oh, so good. The bacon cheddar inside out burger. It's been years since I've been there too. So Chomik and I were
Smack
driving around,
different,
like just thinking like, oh, we want to go out to lunch, but where should we go? And then it just hit me. I was like, Turf and Surf Burger.
Where'd you guys go storm chasing?
Local. Nowhere crazy. Taking measurements of the local like waterfall and all that.
You guys actually do that?
No, but we drove around
like
the
you guys
same.
need
What if we
girlfriends.
did?
But we drove around the same area like a few times, and it was crazy to see how the water rose in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I was hoping for some crazy. It was, yeah, because we got like 3 inches. Like that's a lot of rain in
Wow.
like 12 hours.
Wow. What's like, yeah, like I never know how to gauge rain because I always think snow, but like,
It wasn't like Ida levels. Ida, how many inches did we get in like?
We got
3
like
hours.
8 inches in 3 hours.
oh my
so
gosh, that much.
To put into comparison, that's why everything really flooded.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it was record breaking.
It's a lot of rain.
It was nuts.
Oh yeah, it was. All of us almost drowned in that thing trying to drive around. It was so bad. I'll never forget that.
I like can't breathe. I'm sorry, guys.
You're fine. You still sound good.
You got hit by pollen already?
I don't know if it's allergies or if I'm sick.
You have pollen near you? Yeah or no?
I've been taking Zyrtec. I don't know if my allergies are kicking this week or if I just got a little head cold going.
I heard in Bridgewater the pollen is crazy. It's really
Yeah.
bad. And when I was golfing in Bridgewater a few weeks ago, the pollen blowing off the trees was insane.
Yeah.
But here in Union County, I haven't seen any pollen on my car yet.
I was driving south on Parkway the other day, and I thought there was like a forest fire or something because there was like smoke coming out of the woods.
It looks like that, right?
But
It's
it was pollen. Yeah.
It looks like a smoke cloud.
Yeah.
Like I never realized that about pollen, but it's just
crazy.
like it's terrifying.
I'm not excited for the pollen. I get allergies now. I never used to. Now I do. But I might be sick. My daughter was a little stuffy the other day. So it might just be a little head cold, nothing crazy,
Yeah.
I'll survive, But
be all right.
you guys want to make donations to my cause, I'll pass my Venmo in
Link in the
description.
bio.
Yeah. Hey, guys, why don't we check out the mailbag? Someone called in and wanted to share something with us.
Yes.
So what do you say? What's that number, Josh Choma?
The number of the call into the mailbag is
908 67 99 99 3.
Hey guys, my name is Shalise. I'm calling from Montgomery. Just want to say, long-time listener, first-time caller, absolutely love the pod. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about Trenton since it came up this past week with the whole Starbucks thing going on. I didn't actually grow up in Trenton, but my parents are from there. So I could attest to the fact that there's still a lot of really good people there and a lot of cool places to see. Since you guys are into history, I would suggest checking out the Old Barracks Museum. It was built in 1758 and is the last remaining barracks building of its time in all of North America. Also, if you're into baseball, check out the a baseball game with the Trenton Thunder over at the Waterfront Arena, as well as at Halo Farm. There's a dairy.
the call just cut out right there, but
Oh, that was it?
yeah.
Have any of you been to the Old Barracks Museum?
No, I haven't.
Really?
Is it cool?
Yeah, I went on a school trip. Chomik, I'm shocked that.
Oh,
you
I
didn't
probably
go.
went. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
What is it?
It is an old barracks.
So what kind of stuff do they have on display? Like cannonballs and stuff?
It's really the building, and there's cannonballs and stuff, I'm sure, but it's just more like the tour of the building itself and the grounds, and it's kind of cool to see this super old building that's just in the middle of the city.
That's very cool.
And they have reenactors and stuff. They do a lot of programming there. I went once in school, and then I was there once maybe 2-3 years ago.
So Trenton has a lot going on, is what she was saying. And Jimmy, do you know of anything beyond what she was saying? I know there's no, that's Camden. I was going to say an aquarium.
Yeah, I mean, there are some beautiful areas of Trenton. I'm not gonna lie. There's this area called Mill Hill, and really, really cool old homes and buildings. And there's Mill Hill Park there. And then you have the DNR Canal path that goes through Trenton as well. That's 70 miles long. It goes from I think Milford, New Jersey, down, and eventually ends up in New Brunswick. But it makes a big arc through the state. So.
Jimmy, I looked up a list of the top 5 things to do in Trenton. I'm going to ask you if you've done these and if you like them.
Yep.
Check out the Trenton Battle Monument.
Yes.
Is it cool?
Yeah.
What do you recommend?
Yeah, it's a big monument in the middle of Trenton.
Learn about Trenton's history at Trenton City Museum at
I don't know. Never been there.
LRC? Never been. Interesting. Explore the historic Cad Walladar Park.
I've been to Cadwalader Park.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of old trees that need help.
It seems like there's a lot of county parks and just lots of parks it recommends me on this list.
What else is it saying?
Historic parks, historic sites, go shopping at one of Trenton's markets.
Oh, the Roebling Market? Is that one of them?
Maybe.
Yeah, so I've never been there, but I passed by. It's like an old steel plant that they turned into a market. But
Cool.
it's probably something I would enjoy.
So Washington crossed the Delaware into Trenton.
It was near Trenton, but it's not.
Because that's what they say on the City of Trenton website is on December 26th.
Maybe one, back in the day, that was Trenton up there, that far up.
Okay.
But where Washington Crossing is now...
Isn't it called Washington Crossing? Is that the township name or not?
I think in Pennsylvania that might be called Washington Crossing on that side, but hold on. Titusville.
No, okay. So Trenton has a lot of history. And I mean, the Starbucks thing is interesting. If you didn't listen last week, there's a Starbucks that was put into Trenton 6 years ago, and they were planning to close because business is not booming. And the state and the federal government are trying to make them stop from closing. They're really, pushing to encourage them to stay open. And it seems like it's kind of working a little bit. Like it might stay open.
Jimmy, can you share what you share with me? And a lot of people in the comments were saying this, how they're like, oh, that Starbucks closes so early. It's so weird. Can you tell us why it closes at 2 p.m.?
There's actually a lot of businesses in Trenton that close at 2 p.m. because they just cater to the state workers.
Okay.
And then after the state workers go home, they're not open anymore.
Oh,
Why? Because it's just so bad?
I mean, there's areas in Trenton that aren't the nicest, right?
Yeah.
But I think their target audience are the state workers because that's the main industry in Trenton at this point.
Why would state workers come at 2 o'clock? Wait, is that?
I don't know. I thought it was a funny like jab at like state workers.
No,
not
I
working.
didn't know if there was like I missed out on something.
Oh no.
No, just like, towards your end of your day, when's the last time you're going to get coffee? Like 2:00.
I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, fair enough.
So after the lunch rush, then people go home.
Could you see Trenton becoming a hub of culture at some point? Like sometime, this is how little I know about Trenton, to be honest. Like, 20 years from now, a total revitalization happens to the city.
I think so.
And
I think there's a lot of work going on there now. I took this class in college called Designing Healthy Cities.
Cool.
And it kind of showed, it basically explained the arc that cities go through over time, and you hit your lowest point and then you start like going up from there, and the revitalization, all that stuff happens. So I think Trenton is past the low point, and it's on the swing up. Kind of like Hamden.
Need to get some artists in there. That's usually what
it's
happens.
a huge like art community
really?
in Trenton. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We should stop by.
It's our state capital. It's like we should
State
know a little bit
capital.
more about it, right?
You
It's
know-
just so far.
I would like to go into the Capitol. I've never been in. They just redid it.
Really? What does our capital even look like?
It's a beautiful building.
What do you mean they redid it?
Like they restored it.
It was a big restoration.
Yeah, it took years. I think it's still ongoing to some extent.
It looks like a nice building.
Can you tour it any day?
I think it just reopened for tours not long ago.
Nice.
I like the little house chambers. It's pretty cool. I'm looking at photos. All right. Well, Trenton, if you know a tidbit or a fact about any location beyond Trenton, you can always call into our mailbag. But we're always looking to learn here on the Garden State. We want to learn about what's happening around us. Trenton is, an interesting place.
People expect us to know every little thing about New Jersey, but our state is actually very big. It's very, very diverse. So we're always learning.
There's too much to know.
I have a New Jersey trivia quiz for you guys real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the name of the governor's mansion?
Would we know the name?
I don't know. It's trivia.
The governor's mansion.
Yeah.
Murphy's.
Well, it's for all governors. It's not just Murphy's. I don't know if
Hold
Murphy
on.
ever moved in there or not.
I want to see if I can find a photo of it.
That's going to tell you the name of it if you find a photo of it.
I would have never guessed that name.
The Death Star.
Drumthwacket.
Drumflacket.
Thwacket.
What's the meaning behind that name?
I don't know.
Does the governor actually
You can't
live
just
in
drop
it?
that bomb on us and not tell us what it means.
I have no idea what it means.
That doesn't.
Drumthwacket.
Drumflack. Is there a definition for that?
Thwack.
That flack.
Thwack.
This is
Thwack.
you guys are hurting my head.
Thwack it.
THW, thwack it.
Thwack.
That was like
He
you
said
guys were
thwack it.
messing with me for a second there. The way you kept going back and forth.
Jump thwack it.
Sure.
Jimmy,
Whoever made it up, they had a little lisp.
does Governor Murphy actually ever live in the governor's mansion?
I know for his first term he did not, but at one point he said that he was going to move in for a second term. I don't know if that ever happened.
Why wouldn't you move there? It looks sick.
Well, have you seen Governor Murphy's like actual home?
That's
It makes
probably
this
me.
it makes this look like nothing.
Where is his actual home?
It's along. Oh, what's the name of that river?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, I'd rather live on
Red
a
Bank.
lake.
Yeah.
He lives in Red Bank? I didn't know that.
Well, it's Middletown.
Okay.
Yeah, it's along what's the Navasink River, I think.
Yeah, it's a big,
Dang, Murphy's living large.
it's a large house. He's large and in charge.
Large
Pretty crazy.
in charge.
Well, yeah, if you'd like to call into the mailbag with any sort of facts about New Jersey, anything you know that we need to know, the number is 908-67-99-993. You can call in toll free. We're not going to charge you, Josh.
Wow.
I promise you, I won't. Jimmy might.
Jimmy likes to put tolls in. He is friends with people in the state.
So, yeah, if you want to complain about your tolls being raised, come right to me.
Yeah, Jimmy's the guy. He'll listen. He's a listening ear. Hey guys, should we get in some news here?
Yeah, let's do it.
What were you looking up there, Josh? Show me before we move on.
What it's a drum thwacket?
Let me know what
Did
it
you
is.
find anything?
I know, like I really can't find it. It's just a whole history lesson here, but like it has to come from like someone's name, right? If you know what a drum thwacket is, let us know. Very curious. I don't have time to look it up right now. There's like a whole article. Drum thwacket.
It's also known as the People's House. So maybe Drumthwacket means the People's House.
Thwacket.
I can tell you right now what it means if you want to know.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, there's this website, Wikipedia.
Yeah, I was on that website. Can you tell me the def? Because I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I can't find it. So
It's a whole history section, bro. Drumthwacket.
I hate that word.
Isn't it?
I hate it as well. Like you couldn't come up with a better name.
Drumthwacket. Thwack. Hey, I learned a new word today.
Drumthwacket.
Drumthwacket.
Can you spell it?
I just did on my phone when I Googled it. DRUM drum thwack. THWACKET. Drumthwacket. Was that right?
I don't know. I'll be paying attention.
Thanks for fact checking me.
All right, let's get into the news for the week and see what is happening in the good old Garden State.
Jersey.
Here we go. A man from Teaneck, New Jersey was arrested this week after assaulting another man with a flash drive.
It's a new weapon of choice on the streets.
I didn't even realize that people still carried around flash drives. I thought everything was up in the cloud.
Keep that thing on you.
Yeah.
Never know when you need a flash drive, Jim.
Yeah.
Did you guys have the SanDisk in high school where you'd go out and in?
Still
course.
do. Still do.
And then before that, I had the one that like swiveled around.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated the swivel. Never
It was
bought
like
one of
a
those.
switchblade, really.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably what happened here. I mean, to get assaulted with a flash drive, first off,
So it's so disrespectful.
that must be the tiniest assault ever. Like, what did he, like, put a little tiny bruise on his cheek?
Yo, a flash drive to the eye, bro, will take you out.
That's true.
Stick you right in there.
Whoa, I didn't think about it like that.
Oh, yeah, you gotta.
I kind of give this person credit. Like, was the flash drive person the attacker, or was he getting attacked and he like whipped out his flash drive and fought back with the flash drive?
Well, let's get into the article and you'll learn a little bit more here, Jimmy. It says a Teaneck man was arrested for cutting a man's neck and arm with a USB flash drive Saturday.
God.
Witnesses say Cameron Cole, 25, got into a fight with a man just before 1 a.m. and hit him with a flash drive. The victim was treated at the scene by Teaneck Volunteer Ambulance Corps. Police found and arrested Cole at a home on Kip Street. He now faces charges for weapon possession. You hear that?
He sliced a man's neck. Those, the edge of those things are pretty sharp.
But anything becomes a weapon if you assault somebody with it.
Yeah.
Like if I take my phone and I just back,
You can kill me right now with your cell phone. Yeah, it's a weapon.
So police say he was transported to Newbridge Medical Center for psychological evaluation. So there's some stuff going on here. Was this a real flash drive or was it a switchblade posed to look like a flash drive?
I feel like it's been confirmed an actual flash drive, or else they would say it was a switchblade.
I guess if you get it at the right angle,
Corner.
it could really
Guys.
do some damage.
Yes, easily.
Really?
Yeah, the edge of those things are sharp, and he could have sharpened it for all we know. Like the corner edge of it,
Actually,
you could do some damage with that thing. Next
Yeah,
time you have a flash drive, think about this story.
That's like a 0.5 inch blade. Like
If you
the
want-
accuracy.
If you want to slice someone with a flash drive, you totally can. It's definitely doable.
This state never ceases to blow my mind with the stuff we read. I mean,
You think it was a SanDisk or like
obviously they cornered the whole market on the flash drive industry.
pretty much? Yeah, I just bought a flash drive last week.
SanDisk?
Yeah, yeah, the one that pops open.
Yeah.
Of course, 256 gigs. Come on.
Jeez. I think my first flash drive was like 256 megabytes.
Yes, and it was probably $30. I remember going to Target. It was like a 512 megabyte one. It was like $60. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, one day I want to get one of these.
remember how important they were in high school? You had to have a flash drive.
Yeah.
You had to
Yeah.
bring a flash drive to class.
But now for like work, you're not allowed to use flash drives. I
Malware.
think you're gonna infect the whole system.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's why everything usually is in the cloud. Like my old job, like everything was in the cloud. We
Yeah.
had our Dropbox account, so we didn't have to worry about any of that. Like
Yeah.
my files were wherever I was, which was awesome. And also, it's just like another physical thing to carry around.
Yeah.
It's like, what, you want that on your keychain? It's an extra thing on your keychain. It's too much.
So other articles are saying the man with the flash drive was mentally ill. So that adds to, the situation a bit. It sounds like he had some serious mental problems going on that probably prompted some of this attack. So
Well, unless he was, like you said, being attacked and say he was coming back from work, had a flash drive in his pocket
yeah.
and used it as defense and then just slashed the dude.
If that's what happened, I am extremely impressed that that's what your mind goes to right away as you're being attacked. You're like, wait a second, I got a flash
Well, it
drive.
depends on
me.
how you're getting attacked. Sometimes you have to fight for your life. And you're
Oh, I
like, at
know.
that point, you're desperate. You're like, what do
Yeah.
I have on me? Pulls out his keys. Maybe he wanted to use his keys at first.
Yeah. So the article, there's another article here I just found that has more information on this guy. It says 18 or so months ago, Cole jumped in the Hackensack. This is the guy with the flash drive attacker. 18 or so months ago, Cole jumped into the Hackensack River and then fought responders who struggled to pull him out.
Oh.
So he was...
Oh, yeah. So this guy's going through it.
And then said, it wasn't nearly as violent or as terrifying as the year before when Cole smashed windows at a Teaneck pediatric office and a neighboring dry cleaners with a hammer after asking people if they were Jewish.
Oh, my gosh.
So it sounds like this guy has a very troubled past. What I don't understand is...
he'll be back on the streets in a month.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
They're just going to keep sending him back on the streets, and it's going to keep on happening if this is his third time.
They just gave a laundry list of things that he's done that should make anybody, be in a facility of some sort.
Are they, like, after those first 2 times, now they're setting him for the psychological evaluation? It's like, you think after the river incident, maybe we should have checked him?
No, I would imagine that was done before as well.
This guy shouldn't be on the streets. They
don't care.
He needs to be getting, if he has psych problems, he needs to be in some sort of a psych warden because he's going to be a danger to more people.
Yeah, what's next? That's terrifying.
Luckily, it was only a flash drive. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been a knife.
definitely.
Replace it with anything else.
Did it say the guy he attacked with, is he all right?
Yeah.
Like his neck was slashed. Hopefully it wasn't too crazy bad.
Sounds like he's all right based on everything I was reading.
That's good.
I hope he gets the help that he needs.
Yeah, he should.
They're probably just going to put him back on the streets again, let's be honest. But hopefully he does.
This is New Jersey.
That's New Jersey.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But nonetheless, happy that the other gentleman is okay. It's scary that there's people roaming around. I mean, to first jump in a river and attack first responders, then to go attack a window with a hammer and ask if people are Jewish, and then to go out and slash them with a flash drive.
Yeah.
The guy is
not a good
unpredictable, and I don't want my family walking down the street next to this guy because he could just attack.
Yeah, you never know.
So
Rabid animal.
Let's move on to the next story here. Out of Franklinville. How many Franklin townships are there in New Jersey?
I think 4.
Well, there's Franklin Township, Franklinville, maybe another Franklin?
I think there's just a Franklin, right?
And there's a Frank. It's my friend, Frank.
Let's see. There are 6 towns named Franklin.
Wow.
But like, are some just Franklin, other ones Franklin Township? Like,
Yeah, I think it's like a little bit of a mix here. You got Franklin Township in Gloucester County, Franklin Township in Hunterdon County, Franklin Township in Somerset County, Franklin Township in Warren County, Franklin Township in Bergen County, Franklin Township in Essex County, now known as Nutley.
Dude, it's so like why? Like why couldn't they all get original names? It makes it so confusing.
We
Just
also
such a good
have
word, Franklin.
Franklin, New Jersey, in Sussex County, not to be confused with Franklin Township, because there is no Franklin Township in Sussex County. Then you have Franklin Lakes, and then
How about Franklinville?
I don't see Franklinville on this list.
Wait, is that separate then?
Well, I'd imagine because there's
it's
a
on
Ville.
Franklin.
That's good.
I wonder how many people get lost with Google Maps. That's the one thing I always think.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they like put it in the wrong one.
Yeah,
Completely different county.
it's happened to me before where I'm looking for like something in Atlantic County and it shows up in like Mercer County.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
good luck with
confusing.
that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about Franklinville for a second, not the Franklins. In Franklinville, New Jersey, firefighters used plasma cutters to save a dog's life after she got her head stuck in a wheel.
The pictures are wildly terrifying of this.
Dog's head is stuck.
So sad.
How did it even happen?
You know, dogs are
It's
always
the
doing dog
perfect
stuff.
fit.
It's kind of perfectly, yeah.
Like that looks Photoshop. That's crazy.
And so this is a hero story.
Yeah.
We love these stories on the Garden State. Come on.
A quick thinking team of emergency responders saved the day for a dog in distress. The Franklinville Volunteer Fire Company in New Jersey shared a post on Facebook that they and the Franklin Township Police Department responded to a call to help after a canine named Daisy found herself stuck in the rim of a tire at a home. The FVFC's post included a photo of the animal. In the image, the dog's head could be seen sticking through the center of a large Firestone tire as emergency crews held it. They said soap and water were unsuccessful. Of course, they had to try, classic soap and water, which is very just the most simple thing we all think of.
Yeah.
So, however, they were able to make a breakthrough when they pull out the plasma cutter.
Have you ever seen a plasma cutter?
I have.
They're terrifying.
I was about to
This
say,
poor
like, that's
dog.
the dog was probably freaking out.
There's sparks flying everywhere.
Well, maybe they put some sort of a shield between the dog's head,
I would hope so.
like so it didn't see what was going on. But I would agree with. I would have to agree with you.
Also, like you're so close to the dog doing it.
Well, it's loud too. It's not exactly a quiet process.
Yeah, I think one of the funniest parts of the firefighter trade
Yeah.
is how this is the thing. They're expected to fight fires
Yep.
and do everything else that there's just not a person for.
Yeah.
So it's like cat stuck in a tree, called the fire department.
Yep.
Or your kid's head gets stuck between the bars on your front steps, call the fire department. Like, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
That we just default to like calling firefighters for like we found a dog with its head stuck. Who could fix this? Like
The fire department.
Yeah, it's the fire department.
firefighters could figure this one out. Like, it's just so funny that works like that.
That happened to me at work the other day, actually. Outside my window, there was a bald eagle that got stuck in a tree, and it sadly died.
Wow.
And they called the fire department to come and take him down.
Do you steal some of the feathers or
No.
talons?
Brother, it's a bald eagle. How disrespectful.
Well, I mean, like, you could, like, I don't know.
Steal the feathers.
What are they going to do? They're going to throw it in a dumpster, probably.
Probably. I mean, it was like you know
Cremate
how
him.
big bald eagles are. Like, this thing's massive.
Yeah, they can't just put that in a dumpster.
Was it on the ground?
No, it was hanging in the tree.
He has photos.
nuts.
It's crazy.
Wow. That's pretty epic.
Yeah.
That's a symbol for our times, Jimmy.
Yeah.
A bald eagle.
That's what I said.
dead in a
It
tree.
was a Monday. I was like, yeah, this is a bad omen.
Yeah.
this week's not going to be good. And I think the week was pretty awful, actually, now that I'm thinking back.
Jimmy, God. Too TMI.
What's that response? Why was that so
Terrible.
dramatic?
I don't know, man. Isn't bald eagle our,
Jimmy,
isn't that our state bird?
No, it's goldfinch.
Sorry. What's the bald eagle again?
The
The
national.
Yeah, it's a national bird. That's crazy. I've never actually seen one in person. And you saw one just dead.
Yeah.
Like, aren't they rare?
They're making a big comeback in New Jersey, actually.
It's about time, man.
Yeah.
Freedom.
Well, how's that? Where are they coming from?
They
Come from Philadelphia. Washington, D.C. No, I'm making a joke.
protected habitat,
Okay.
stuff like that. I'm sure there's more.
So
to
we'll
it,
start
but
seeing more bald eagles in the coming years.
I see them all the time, honestly. Just look around.
Well,
Yeah.
I do. So I see eagles. I don't see like bald eagles.
What's the difference?
Yeah, what's the... I feel like an eagle is smaller, right?
Oh, there's different types of eagles and hawks. You're probably seeing a
Oh, yeah.
hawk.
Yeah, that's why I meant a hawk. I see hawks, not eagles.
If you ever saw a bald eagle, there'd be no like guessing what it is.
Like, I feel like I see hawks way more often. Like, those are just so majestic looking. Like, I never see those, like a bald eagle.
Yeah, you're right, Jimmy. They are skyrocketing in New Jersey. So in 2017,
Wow.
the population was down at around 150. 2017. In 2020, it was up to 325.
Yeah.
So by
Oh,
now,
wow.
we got to be somewhere in the 400s.
Yeah.
They're all over the state.
Look at South Jersey. Wow. They're all the way down south.
What's the wingspan on a bald eagle, you think?
Large.
Just large.
Bald eagle wingspan. Here you go.
Wow. Wait, in
7 feet.
7 feet.
in 2022, New Jersey bald eagles produced a record 335 young.
Wow.
Whoa.
They're about to take over.
Yeah.
And then one last question before we move on. What is the lifespan of a bald eagle? Just because you said they have like 300 youngins, so I'm just curious how long
20
those are
to
gonna
30
be.
years
Oh, wow.
in the wild.
Wow. It's a long time.
Yeah.
It's the same age range for my bird.
So don't leave your chickens outside. What are we going to say?
A bald eagle can travel up to 99 miles an hour if it's diving.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
pretty
you're
fast.
pretty much rat bait, if it's coming for you.
Yeah.
Thing would tear you
And
apart.
Chumik wingspan goes up to 7.5 feet.
Sobo just said that. Thank you, Jimmy.
Oh,
though.
sorry.
It's fine.
All right, let's move on from bald eagles and plasma cutters. The dog was saved, and it's a happy ending to the story.
Yes.
He was okay.
Great.
So, shout out to the Franklinville Fire Department, Franklinville PD. Good job, boys.
We salute you, boys. Good job.
And Daisy the dog gets to live another day. Imagine if they just were like, hey, she's got to live the rest of her life with that tire on her head.
Now we got to transition to a bad dog story, unfortunately.
Yeah, this story's horrible. I don't even want to. I don't like honestly. I don't even want to do stories like this because they're so depressing.
I know. It's the news.
In Woodbridge, New Jersey, a fatal dog attack left a 3-month-old dead and his mother injured.
Terrible story out of Woodbridge. These are the worst stories.
Was it the family's dog?
Yeah.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, so police are investigating after a dog mauled and killed a 3-month-old baby boy in northeast New Jersey over the weekend and injured the infant's mother, officials said. The fatal attack took place at the family's home in Woodbridge in northern Middlesex County, just west of Staten Island. Thank you for the context.
Yes.
I didn't know where Woodbridge was. The early morning mauling comes on the heels of at least 3 other reported dog attacks across the country so far this year, 3 that were fatal.
It's awful.
So just after 6:15 a.m. Saturday, officers in Woodbridge Police Department responded to the home in Avenel Township and found an unresponsive baby believed to have been attacked by the family's pit bull. Yeah, that's what the article says.
That's really sad.
So
They had to they said they put the dog down too.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, like right after this
I think
happened.
if you leave a 3-month-old,
With a pit bull, dude, you got to keep the 3-month-old away from that thing. Like, you're not caging up that dog at night with the baby around.
it sounds like it was just a family dog. But like dogs are so unpredictable. This is the thing that I don't get is like I have a baby, even around a tiny little fluffy dog, I get nervous because dogs are dogs. You know, you love dogs. I've had dogs my whole life. I'd like to get another dog, but they're animals at the end of the day, and you don't know what an animal is going to do. Like we like to. Our culture's gotten so weird with dogs, and this offends people when you say it, but they're animals. You know, like they're animals, and you don't know what an animal's going to do. You know, and
you can't reason with them.
There's really good dogs. Like we've all encountered a dog that wouldn't hurt a fly. They're sweet as can be. They lay next to a baby. You know, but at the same time, you know, there's situations where you just cannot predict what an animal is going to do.
Especially with this pit bull, because in this case, it said the mother was also pretty like beaten up by this thing. It said the mother suffered cuts to the face, arms, legs, and was taken to the hospital to be treated for injuries and released the same day. And as of right now, no charges were pending in the case, but the case still remains under investigation. So I don't know if the dog just snapped, because it not only did it kill the baby, but it also really attacked this 21-year-old mother.
I mean, maybe
So
something
young.
startled it. That's always possible.
And it's at 6:15 in the morning, so you know, gotta think everyone's waking up, or maybe
Still
maybe
asleep.
Yeah, maybe he got to the baby, and then the mom just tried to beat him up, and then he went crazy. Who knows?
So the the $1 million thing here that we're not allowed to talk about
Yeah,
is the fact that, and I mean, this shouldn't be clipped for TikTok. This is for our listeners on the pod only, because you know Instagram's going to run with it. But you know, my wife and I used to get in this debate about pit bulls, right? Because I'd be like, oh, they're an aggressive breed, and she'd be like, no, they're not. You know, dogs are dogs. It's all about the owner and how they're raised. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I believe that anymore, honestly. Like, my mom bred dogs growing up, right? So like she would tell me, oh, that breed is known for being really good with kids, or oh, that breed is. So we could, like, you're allowed to say like a certain breed of dog has characteristics when they're positive or maybe even negative, and like, oh, they're yappy. They're a yappy breed of dog. You can't train them. You can't train the bark out of them. They bark a lot. Like my mom is a Sheltie. Shelties herd sheep. So the dog, it barks and it likes to run around and kind of chase the kids around the yard, almost like it's hurting them. It's like there's things in its nature, right? And I'm not saying, because a lot of our listeners might have pit bulls. I've met really sweet pit bulls. But why does it seem like it's always a pit bull that this stuff happens with?
yeah.
Like the dog people would say, well, that's because it's like we only report on it when it's. No, I don't care. I don't care what breed of dog does it. But every time I read about it, it seems to be a pit bull.
Yeah,
So
it's not like we're just targeting pit bulls here.
They definitely have a bad reputation.
So here's a stat. Between 2005 and 2017, guess how many Americans were killed by pit bulls?
Between what years?
Don't look at my screen.
No,
Between
between
2005 and 2017, how many Americans? 2005, so that's 12 years.
Yeah.
How many Americans were killed by pit bulls?
Well, earlier it said there was 3 deaths over the course of like a few years. So I don't know what, like 25.
Bro, I don't know if this is correct or not. Jimmy, take a guess.
It's probably a crazy
57.
between 2005 and 2017, 284 Americans were killed by pit bulls. That's one American every 16.7 days. That's nuts. That's crazy.
That's a shocking number. I would not have guessed that high.
In 2021, 51 Americans were killed by dogs. 37 of those were killed by pit bulls and their mixes.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Probably a lot of babies in all these stories too.
They're the easiest target.
So if the dog lovers are coming after us in the comments, at the end of the day, keep that same energy when you think about a 3-month-old baby that was mauled to death. You know, like I get it. Like I love dogs. I'm a dog lover.
Yeah, and
I want to have a dog sanctuary. My wife and I were talking about this. Like I want to get a farm and have 40 dogs that just live in like a barn.
yeah, just don't leave the pit bull alone with the 3-month-old.
But like if you got a dog that's strong, I don't know. It's just, to me, I just feel like this is, at what point does the cliche become like, okay, there's actually something to this? 284 Americans in 12 years? That's a lot of people.
That is.
That's a lot of, come on, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
have you seen Dave Portnoy's videos with his new dog, Miss Peaches?
Yes.
The female, like the rescue
but
pit bull.
That's the thing is like,
so cute.
That's the thing is I've met some pit bulls that are the sweetest dogs imaginable.
Yeah,
so I'm not
of
like
course.
a pit bull hater.
We're just saying this story. You just hear a lot of pit bull stories like that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. They're so cute. I love pit bulls.
It mauled a 3-month-old baby though. You're like,
think about a 3-month-old. Like you just had one, like tiny.
It's very sad.
So innocent. They can't do anything.
I was attacked by a dog. Did I ever tell this on the podcast?
No.
I got attacked by a dog when I was like 9. And it's scary.
Did you fight back? Because as a 9-year-old, you're going to defend yourself, obviously. Or were you scared?
I think I was in so much shock, honestly.
Were you scared that you just like tried running from it?
I was skateboarding.
I'm going to punch that thing right in the face.
I was skateboarding down the street. It was a mix between a black lab and something else. I'm not going to say what, but it was a black lab and something else.
Was that actually a pit bull?
I think so.
Oh gosh.
But I don't know. I mean, like it was a mixed dog.
You're not
so
gonna
maybe
say
I
that.
have some trauma here that I'm displaying on the podcast.
Were you all right?
So I'm skateboarding along and it came running up to me off this person's lawn. Like I thought it was just a friendly dog, like coming to lick me.
I think you did share this. I forgot
And
the details.
it like jumped on my chest and I fell backwards off the skateboard and it was just on me. And I was I was like in shock because I just flew on my back. And I just kind of laid there. It bit my wrist. I was bleeding on my wrist. And then it tried to bite like my face, somewhere on my face.
Were you
my
like
neck.
pushing him off?
I was in shock. I just remember being like, it was a strong dog. Like when you're 9, I was probably like a 65-pound kid.
Did your neighbors do anything about it?
Probably weighed 20 pounds more than me. The lady came out and she called her dog back in and I was like crying. I went and got my skateboard because I was going to the park by my house. And then I went home with my skateboard and my dad was like, "What happened to you?" I was bleeding like crazy. And then so my next door neighbor was at the barbecue. He's a cop. And he was like, "What happened?" Like my parents were having some friends over. And so then they sent a cop over, which they could put the dog down legally in New Jersey. Like there's like I think New Jersey's like a state where if a dog attacks a human, there is no defense. The dog just gets put down.
Okay.
Like there's no litigation. But the lady was like, "I didn't see anything happen," and he was walking away happy with his skateboard after I called my dog in.
Oh,
so she was
bro,
just like she was a crazy person. My dad was like, whatever.
Do you know if they still live there?
I went past the house last week actually, because I was in my parents' neighborhood and I was like, I wonder if those people that dog still live there. The dog's probably not alive anymore. That had to be over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But when you get attacked by a dog, man, it's like dogs are so strong. You don't realize how strong they are until they're attacking you and you're like, holy cow, this thing is like the jaw strength on a dog is like crazy.
Well, that's why I love hearing about like when the police dogs, they like send the dogs out to go like chase after like someone like there's no outrunning a dog. That dog's gonna get you, bro, and hunt you down.
Yeah, and once they get their grip on you, once they're grabbed onto you, it's like, I don't know, they're gonna.
Police dogs are like my favorite dogs. I think they're so cool. It's amazing how like smart they are.
Or the Belgian Malinois, right? That's the breed, Jimmy.
Yeah.
And German Shepherds.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Jimmy's like, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, but nonetheless, this is honestly, it's heartbreaking to think a 3-month-old baby would lose their life to a dog.
And
it's like,
you got to think.
what are you doing?
And the mom's 21, bro. She's so young. Like, you have to live with that now. That's awful.
You know who else I feel for in this story is the Woodbridge police. I mean, I cannot imagine showing up to a house and seeing a dead 3-month-old baby.
Nope.
Shout out to the Woodbridge police holding it down, doing their jobs. I mean, that's got to be. You know, nobody thinks about that. Like, you got to go to work. Most of us go to work and we do stuff that's stressful. We go through whatever. Not many of us go and see a dead baby and then have to go home and compartmentalize that and just go on with life for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, how do you live that? How do you live that out?
Yeah.
So,
Terrible.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting to think about the dog situation. I mean, you got to be so careful with dogs and any dog with your kid. I know the pit bull lovers are going to come for me, but it's all right. We can talk. There's no hate. It's all love. It's just conversation.
Exactly.
So
it's not where you're here to be like, oh, we hate pit bulls. No, we love dogs.
I'm doggist against pit bulls.
It's just, dude, this thing killed a baby.
Yeah.
Sad. All right, let's move on to the next story here. This is the never-ending New Jersey story that I feel like we can't, no matter how far we try to run from it, it always comes back.
It's been over 2 months. It's been way too long since we covered this.
So Governor Murphy announced Monday that the state would invest $3.7 million into studying offshore wind and its impact on marine mammals.
So this 3.7 mil is going to figure out if wind farms are affecting whales.
Yeah, it's
a lot of research.
It's funding research. So this is an interesting kind of change of the conversation because there's
been so much uproar. So people are probably happy to hear about this because they've been like protesting this for a while down there.
Yeah, it says Governor Phil Murphy's administration on Monday announced nearly $3.7 million into funding the research of offshore wind and whether marine mammals are impacted by activities associated with turbine construction projects. Offshore wind development has been a top priority of the administration in an effort to address climate change and reach 100% clean energy by 2035. Can we just say that's never going to happen?
Done.
100% clean energy by in the next whatever. I don't
11
wanna,
years? I don't think so.
It's just not possible. I mean, like unless we're going to go nuclear.
It's probably a good goal.
Goals are great, man, but goals have to be smart, specific, measurable, attainable, right? Otherwise, it's dreamcasting. You guys ever heard that acronym? SMART goals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's imperative that we not only protect the interest of our ratepayers, but safeguard the vitality of our marine ecosystems as well, said Christine Goul-Sadovi, president of the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities, in a statement. The new funding will support the state's ongoing research and monitoring initiative, which to date has received $13 million from BPU's second offshore wind energy solicitation. In January, the state approved 2 offshore wind projects that will generate 742 megawatts of electricity, 3.2 gigawatts.
Wait, mega or giga?
Mega. I was quoting Back to the Future.
Okay.
What is it? We need to get up to 1.2 gigawatts. What's he say?
Dude, I've never seen it.
You've never seen Back to the Future?
Maybe like once. I don't remember it.
Wait, hold on.
Oh my God.
1.2
Relax.
gigawatts.
We need to have a movie night.
No, I'm good.
It's 1.21 gigawatts. That's what he says. Oh, man, that's funny. Okay. So last year, there were numerous calls for a moratorium on offshore wind development from local political and community leaders who have voiced concern about a string of whale strandings in New Jersey. So this money is going to go to do the research to help us understand, could any of what's happening offshore hurt the whales? I don't know if this is Governor Murphy appeasing the other side of the conversation, saying, hey, guys, we'll work together on this. I don't know if now Governor Murphy's actually concerned about this. I don't know if this is a political move. I don't know what's going on, but they're going to hopefully get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, because, dude, you just still see the dolphins piling up on the shore.
Are they packing up still?
Not as much as they were last year, but I feel like I just read a story a few weeks ago about another dolphin. Not a whale.
Yeah, but from what, though? Because they're not building
We
right
don't
now.
know.
You know, are they still doing testing? Like, I don't know.
But also, I feel like marine life also just dies too.
Yeah, that's true.
It said 54 dolphins died along the Jersey Shore in 2023, the third deadliest year in decades.
Whoa.
That's just dolphins. let alone the whales.
Everybody has an agenda in this conversation, and
Yeah.
my agenda is the truth. I want to know the truth. So that's hopefully Governor Murphy's committed to the truth here as well.
Is this funding actually going to be enough to figure out what is going on? Are we going to be able to prove to the public and get their confidence back in trusting us, knowing that these wind farms are not killing the whales?
Let me put it to you like this.
Because, dude, if you look at the protests down there, like on the beach towns, dude, people are so furious. They don't want this.
$3.7 million, right?
I feel like that's nothing in the long run.
It's in the long run nothing. But if you gave me $3.7 million, Josh Sobosinski, say, Josh, we're going to give you $3.7 million. We need to know if this is happening.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure it out.
You're going to use your first few bucks to get a ticket
I'm
on the
gonna-
Cape
I'm gonna
Bay
get a
dinghy.
whaler?
No, I'm going to go immediately. I'm going to go to Walmart and get a raft.
Okay. A raft.
I'm going to go on
Whoa,
Reddit.
what are you
and
going to do with a raft?
I'm going to go way out on the ocean.
No, you're not. You're going to die first day.
No, I'm gonna get a little inline motor.
Okay.
Little, I'm gonna rip out into the middle of the Atlantic.
Oh, you wonder what? You're not going to get. Can you get that at Walmart? You might have to go to like a boat store.
No, you can go on Amazon get the actual. What do you call those?
motor?
An outboard
Yeah.
motor.
I would probably invest a little bit more money into that just for your safety.
I think I could get this job done for 20 grand. 20 grand.
What are you going to
and a
do?
Happy
What are you
Meal.
going to do when you're in the middle of the ocean to figure this out?
Dude, I'm gonna get one of those. Remember when
You
we
have
were
a probe
kids?
or
No,
something?
remember when we were kids and we had those headphones with the little gun and you could listen to things in the other room?
Dude,
Yeah.
you're
Like your
right.
parents talking about your Christmas gifts?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one of those.
Get a snorkel.
I'm gonna go sit in the middle of the ocean, just listen. Just listen.
Man's
I'm
gonna
gonna
drown.
learn what the whales
He's
are
gonna
about.
Eaten by a whale.
Like you think about $3.7 million in a mutual fund, I could retire. I could spend the next 60 years of my life on this project, and I could be good.
Imagine going out to the ocean every single day. Sounds like the dream.
I was thinking about that recently. People that do offshore research, that sounds like an awesome job.
Yeah, it's cool.
Where you're out on a boat every day.
Especially if you love marine
I
life and all
hate
that. Some people are into that though.
Why do you hate it,
I don't like not being able to see land.
Jimmy?
Like just being stuck
To
on
each
this
their
little
own.
boat.
Yeah, but you like other things that people don't like.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
So, what do you guys think? Is this going to do anything?
probably not. No, it's probably gonna. They're gonna do their research, and people are still gonna. They're gonna say everything is safe, but then people are still gonna speculate when they see another dead dolphin or whale. And I feel like it's never gonna end. There's nothing they're gonna do to prove to these people.
No, I agree with Chomak here.
I think it's pointless, to be honest.
I don't think it's pointless.
Maybe they'll find something cool. Who knows?
I definitely don't think it's pointless, but I do think that you're never going to gain the trust of everybody.
And that's impossible to do anywhere.
Exactly. There's too many people who are into conspiracy theories and just spiral and then take even pieces of good information, but get it wrong. And
Yeah.
people spiral from there.
You know, I will say, the world has become weird where everybody wants a conspiracy, but they keep making it so easy for us.
Well, it's fun to believe in conspiracy
Yeah,
theories.
but hold on. Okay, so like, I get it. Conspiracies, everybody's going nuts. There's people that everything's a conspiracy, like that bridge that collapsed the other day.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like, oh, wow, it's a cyber attack. It's like that movie, a cyber attack from China. You're like, I don't know. Or just the boat captain, the power went out and there's incompetence. And like, this stuff happens all the time. Train accidents, car accidents, stuff, things go wrong, plane accidents.
By the way, did you hear the call, like the radio call and stuff about like when right before the boat hit the bridge?
No.
It's crazy.
Well, how like they were talking to like the cops and the cops were stopping traffic because they said like the captain called them saying
Yep.
power outage. They stopped traffic, and then one of the cops was going to go onto the bridge to warn the construction workers.
No.
And right as he's about to go, you get a call from someone else on the radio being like, "The bridge has collapsed. The bridge has collapsed."
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
Should we listen to this? Because our listeners, I know this is
Yeah,
unrelated to
100%.
Jersey, but our listeners are now going to want
I
to
mean,
hear
it's a crazy story.
All right.
I saw it on TikTok. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
it's
this
just
is
a
the
few
one.
seconds long.
I need one of you guys on the south side, one of you guys on the north side, hold all traffic on the Key Bridge. There's a ship approaching. It just lost their steering. So until you get that under control, we got to stop all traffic. Yeah, I'm en route to the south side. This is supposed to start. I'm holding traffic now. I was dragging, but we stopped prior to the bridge, so I'll have all outer loop traffic stopped. 10-4, is there our crew work on the bridge right now? K9-1, but good. Want me to stop traffic on their site right now? Yeah, if we can stop traffic, just make sure no one's on the bridge right now. I'm not sure where. There's a crew up there You might want to notify whoever the foreman is, see if we can get them off the bridge temporarily. 10-4, once the other unit gets here, I'll ride up on the bridge. I have all interloop traffic stopped at this time. Once you get here, I'll go grab the workers on the key bridge and then stop the outer loop. C-13 dispatch, the whole bridge just fell down. Start, everybody. The whole bridge just collapsed.
Oh my
nuts.
gosh.
I get chills hearing that.
Nuts.
It's so sad. Like he was about to go contact the construction crew, man.
What I will say is that call gives me a lot of hope. Like that was very impressive.
Very.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was very calm.
Like, you
and
realize how
calm.
professional people are.
Yeah,
At 1:30
you
in the
have
morning,
to.
they're making those calls.
Yeah.
That was 1:30 in the morning, right?
Yeah, it's around that time.
To be making like that organized of an effort early in the morning, and everybody's responding and doing their thing. I'm like, wow, that gives me like a lot of hope.
Yeah.
You know, as sad as the story is, like
They thank God they stopped traffic.
those first responders, whoever that was, I guess those are probably state police or something. Who knows? Because it's a
Yeah,
bit
Port
rich.
Authority or something. But
Crazy.
I guess to just close this out into my take on conspiracy theories always is
Oh yeah, we were talking about conspiracy theories.
the truth is often not the most exciting. So when you tell, like I deal with this in my job a lot, right? Like we tell what happened and people are like, oh, that can't be what happened. That's too basic,
Yeah.
right? Like there's no way. So
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think there's a conspiracy theory under every rock, but then you hear about certain conspiracies being true, and you go, "Well, what else am I being lied to about?" I think that's like the awakening that a lot of people have had in the last few years. Is things turn out to be true, like the
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein thing. Like I heard about that when I was in high school. Like I remember being on Reddit or whatever, and you'd read about these conspiracy theories, and you're like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Like, there's an island where there's little girls, and this guy takes all the powerful elites there and compromises them or whatever. Like, and then, you think it's stupid, but it's fun. They're fun to talk about, like the moon landing or whatever. And then it turns out to be real, and you're like, well, what the heck? So if that's real, like, then a lot of other stuff's way more believable. Like, why wouldn't there be corruption with money in government if that ridiculously crazy thing is real? Does that make sense?
yeah, no,
So
definitely.
I agree with you, Jimmy. Like I think usually the truth is silly, and it's like, oh yeah, it's just like the bridge. The guy's power went on. That's probably exactly what happened. The power went out on the ship. They drifted into the column or the pillar holding the bridge, and that was it.
yeah.
But there's gonna be someone out there that's like, oh man, this is a cyber attack, because then the AT&T thing happened, and AT&T went down.
Yeah.
So I will say, with the AT&T thing, this is what's I think part of what makes conspiracy so easy is you have so many differing voices. Like there's podcast clips, there's all this different. There's the Garden State where you talk about stuff. So you get different takes from different people, and it makes it very hard to decipher what's real and what's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I saw a clip of the owner of Blackwater. You guys know what that is?
Yeah.
They were like a military training group, third party that would help the U.S. government, and the owner of it was in a clip saying like, no, the AT&T thing was for sure a cyber attack from another nation, and if you don't, like, he was just basically laying it out, and I was like, I don't know if I could believe what he's saying or not, but that's terrifying if that's true. You know what I mean? But then
Yeah.
you're like, so what's real? I don't know, and I think that's the big question of the next 20 years is trying to decipher what's real and what's not real. It's going to become very hard.
Yeah.
But I agree with what Jimmy's saying. Like,
Always got to do your own research.
sometimes the truth is just silly, and then sometimes truth is stranger than fiction.
Listen, a lot of people watch our TikTok clips and Instagram clips, 60 seconds. That's coming from a 20-minute story we talk about, and then they believe every little thing. It's like sometimes you got to look into a story. You can't just take what you see on Instagram or TikTok and run with it.
And also, our take could be wrong.
100%.
Of course, I'll be the first to say,
Oh, you got to read our comments. You'll see a lot of people don't agree with us.
yeah. All right, well,
Especially
let's move on.
Sobo.
Let's move on to this next story, especially me. I have hot takes. I get spicy. All right, so a $1.8 million federal grant will go towards helping pedestrian safety in North Jersey in the wake of recent fatalities.
I don't know, man. I mean, like there was just like a few, the 94-year-old, there's two 94-year-old accidents last week in Bergen County that killed two people. But like, is widening a sidewalk going to prevent these things from happening? No, it's bad drivers being bad drivers, right?
Yeah. So
I guess it's great in the long run, if you're like walking with your kid, you have a bigger sidewalk, you don't have to be so close to traffic. That's cool. I'm not against this. But like, will it actually help?
So in the last few weeks, like Josh said, two separate 94-year-olds. You said two 94-year-old accidents. That's really funny.
Yeah, my
Two
wording is
separate
great.
94-year-olds killed pedestrians. One was in a library parking lot in Paramus. A 94-year-old killed, I think, a 75-year-old. And the other one was in Dumont.
Yeah, Dumont.
And these are two separate situations, but it's prompted government response to go, we need money going towards solving this problem. $1.8 million to be
Let's
exact.
put that money into retesting senior citizens, right?
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of that.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, will this actually help anything? And this shows how much money government can use for stuff. Like, will the nearly $2 million do anything? What do you think, Josh?
There was so we did our story about the two 94-year-olds, and then we have dude, there's this one comment and
I saw it.
everyone was ripping this poor guy.
Pull it up.
I'm trying to find it.
So, for context, last week we had the story about a 94-year-old killing someone in the library parking lot. So we posted a story about this, and in the comments, we had a gentleman comment who was, how old was he?
Dude, I can't find the
82.
comment. It was
Maybe-
like the top comment
Maybe
when I
he
saw
deleted it. But he was like, I'm 82. He was coming
I
in hot
work
for-
out. I go on runs every day.
I do Zumba classes. He was coming in hot after us in the comments.
This gave me so mad. It was so good. I wonder if he deleted because there was like 70 responses. Like people ripped this guy. They're like, all right, if you're this old and you're this healthy to do all this stuff, you could take a simple retest.
Do you think, not even just for over like the age of 70 or anything, because I know some people our age who should not have their license.
Sadly, yeah.
Like, do you think every like 15 years you should retake your test? Just make sure you know the rules of the road.
Well, that would be a way to make it not ageist, which is
Yeah.
why. So I talked to somebody about why don't they retest, and he's like, the person told me AARP. That's why. AARP always comes after. Whenever a state pushes to do that sort of thing, they come out and they're like, it's ageist. You're discriminating the elderly. I think if they said, hey, every 5 years you need to retake your driver's test, that would be a solution. But then you'd have massive backlog at the DMV.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, because
Like-
the DMV is already the most awful place in the world. But
Like how crazy would it be to have to retest every driver every 5 years? That's so 20% of the New Jersey population needs to get tested a year. That's how many
It'd
people.
be crazy.
yeah.
I mean, that's like 1 million people that drive.
This poor old man, he probably deleted his comment for like
That's
getting
really
bullied.
sad.
But anyway, it was really funny. But another comment we got, and I want to ask Jimmy Parks this because Jimmy Parks, congratulations on getting your CDL.
Thank you.
Jimmy Parks passed his CDL test, which is awesome. But someone said, I have a CDL and every 2 years I need to be tested to see if I'm mentally and physically fit to keep my license. So if you can collect disability or Social Security, you should be tested every 2 years as well. So in 2 years, do you have to get retested then?
So I know that you need to get like a medical evaluation.
Okay. That's
and
probably
have
what
like
it is.
a medical cert. But then also I know if you have like your hazmat endorsement or something like that, you have to get tested like every 6 months or something crazy.
Okay.
So I think it just depends what like additional certifications you have on it.
Copy.
So here's what this article says. It says Rep. Josh Gottheimer, a Democrat from Wyckoff, held a press conference in front of Travel Elementary School in Ridgewood, where he announced his new pedestrian safety strategy, which includes federal investments of $1.8 million across multiple New Jersey towns and new legislation. The federal investment will go towards safer crosswalks, widening sidewalks, and pedestrian signals and bridges. The municipalities that will receive this new grant funding include Ridgewood, Gloucester, Midland Park, Hackensack, and Englewood, which is interesting because Paramus isn't on that list, and Paramus was the town where
Yeah.
Paramus and what was the other town?
Dumont.
So Paramus and Dumont aren't getting any of the money.
Well, maybe they are safe already. Like, I feel like Paramus is not, I think it's a pretty safe town.
Yeah, but the person still died in Paramus. So you go like, okay, it's safe.
Yeah, but it's it was a 94-year-old.
I know, but I'm
rogue.
saying so his whole premise is dumb,
Yeah.
right? Like if your whole premise is someone died, so we're going to put funding in to make sure it doesn't happen again. Well, it happened, and you're not even funding the spot where it
That's
happened.
weird.
Right?
Something's odd about that.
So to me, well, let's finish
Well,
the
also the
article.
one was in a parking lot, brother. Like,
Yeah, so a crosswalk.
how you making that better?
So the announcement comes after North Jersey has seen a number of pedestrian fatalities over the last few months, including a 75-year-old woman who was hit by a vehicle at the exit of the Paramus Public Library parking lot, and an Englewood elementary school teacher who died after being struck by a car in Dumont earlier this month. See, what's interesting is what did the article conveniently leave out of both of those situations?
About the 94-year-old?
The drivers.
Yeah.
They were both extremely elderly people operating vehicles. And it's kind of interesting how that's conveniently left out, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially since the 94-year-old with the library parking lot, he was dragging the woman. So like,
Really?
yeah. And he just hit her, dragged her, drove off. I guess.
Awful.
So yeah.
Well, which one was that?
That was Paramus.
Are you sure? I don't think that. I think that would have been Dumont.
I don't know. I just read it in the article.
Paramus? Because I thought the 94-year-old at the library was friends with the lady that she hit. That's what I heard.
Which one was the hit and run? Oh, maybe Dumont.
That had to be Dumont.
Yeah, well, I get these. They're all Bergen County. Nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them was a hit and run. The guy didn't even know. So, like, is that really being on the town being safe, or is it on the driver not being aware?
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, Gottenheimer said he recognizes disturbing trend, calling it a 5-alarm pedestrian fire, as New Jersey ranks as the most dangerous state in the country for pedestrians, with about 30% of all traffic fatalities being pedestrians compared to the national figure of about 17%. This year, 47 pedestrians in New Jersey have died, which is on pace to surpass 177 killed last year.
Dang.
So there's an issue here for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think crosswalks are as much the thing. I think it's more distracted drivers.
It's people on their phones.
You know, you have a lot of elderly people, like we were talking about. You have distracted young teenagers staring at. I saw a girl the other day, head down, two hands on the phone, driving down the road, and I'm like,
We should start filming those people. I know it's like doesn't make sense because we're on our phones as well.
I'm honestly,
but if we could, like,
I'm not on my phone.
No, I mean, like, I want to film those people.
Oh, you're
while
saying
we're
to
driving.
film, yeah.
Just to, like, do a public call out, being like our dangerous driver of the week. Let it blow up.
Get off your phone, man.
Yo,
it's the one area where I'm like, yeah, cops should slap very high tickets on.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's as bad as drinking and driving.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, more people are probably dying from texting. I mean, that's
agree.
a bold claim,
I
but
agree.
probably more people are dying from texting and driving than from drinking and driving. Like, you should get in a lot of trouble. It's just so dangerous.
I see people on the turnpike. They're going like 85, 90 miles an hour looking at their phone.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
you don't have the reaction time to look up, oh my God, we have an issue ahead.
Just get CarPlay.
Yeah.
Changes
Or
your
just
life.
like talk to text.
Yeah, so that's I don't have hope that
I like the widening of the sidewalks. That's cool. Like, keep people further away from the street. But like, other than that, like, I don't know, man.
I'm doubtful that it fixes any of this.
Yeah, and some roads you don't even have room to widen a sidewalk, depending on like where it is. So,
But maybe there are, in these townships, to be fair, maybe there are areas where there's just no sidewalks because they're older neighborhoods or something.
Yeah,
and
100%.
and they need sidewalks. Maybe. I'm not
That'd be
opposed to
cool.
sidewalks.
no, me neither.
I'm not anti-big sidewalks.
I love sidewalks.
So, all right, we'll see what happens. $1.8 million. Again, you give me $1.8 million. Give Josh Sobo $1.8 million.
We're going to Home Depot getting that concrete, baby. And we're
I
building a
will
sidewalk.
get the quick right and a wheelbarrow, and we will be laying sidewalk for the rest of my life.
Oh yeah.
Again, put that in a mutual fund.
Let's go.
You're making $140,000 a year in return, and you just move on with life. Okay, let's move on to the last story here. This is an exciting one.
Huge for the program, actually.
Yes. A solar eclipse watch party has been announced for April 8th in Sandy Hook.
The crowds are gathering.
Yes.
The people are ready for the eclipse of the year. Right?
I think
Of the decade.
Is it the decade though?
No, the last time we had an eclipse was 2017. I watched it from High Point.
And was it worth it?
Well, I wasn't in totality. My parents were in Charleston.
I remember
Were
that.
they in totality?
And- they were in totality.
Wow. So they saw the whole thing covered.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So it got dim.
So, but the thing is, with this watch party, is it actually going to be like fully covered?
No, not here. No.
Where do you have to be for a perfect viewing?
I think like out in Ohio or somewhere, Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's going across. I mean, there's a photo online of the path. You're going to go through. It's going to go through all those Midwest states, and then up north of us. So I think if you went way upstate New York, you might be able to see it. Let me see, Eclipse Path, or maybe like Canada.
Let's see.
Here you go. So it's going, if you were in Burlington, Vermont, or Buffalo, New York, or Dayton, Ohio, or Cincinnati, or Indianapolis,
Syracuse.
Little Rock,
It's
Arkansas.
never over us perfectly. We always miss it.
Well, you go up to, take a trip to Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm not going to drive 10 hours to see the solar eclipse.
Eventually, it'll
6.
come over us, I'm sure.
Well, I think the watch party's cool. Like, they're going to inform people. It's probably cool to bring your kids to, right? And they're going to have like glasses and stuff.
So does everything get actually really dark?
No.
I think it's dim.
It gets a little
It gets
dim.
dim. The streetlights come on.
That's cool.
No, we're not that dark.
No, I think the streetlights come on.
Yeah, but it's not going to be fully covered for us, so I don't think it's going to get that dark.
No, not here. I'm saying
Copy.
in totality.
Okay, I thought you meant like, in
No,
totality.
No. I think
Sounds
here
so
you
dark
wouldn't.
in totality.
Here you wouldn't, unless you knew it was happening.
You
wouldn't
won't know
realize
what's
it.
happening.
Yeah.
But you could probably see something cool, right?
Well, with those glasses on. Without the glasses, you'd just be staring at the sun still.
So here's
Which
the
you shouldn't do.
No.
So here's the details if you do want to go to this event. You want to go see the solar eclipse. The meetup time's 2 p.m., but the eclipse is at 2:08, so you're going to want to get there a little early. The meetup place is Parking Lot E, and because it's before Memorial Day weekend, the parking's going to be free. You can show up and stare at the sun.
With your protection,
I would go on Amazon.
With your safety?
Oh my goodness, I just thought of a great TikTok shop business idea.
solar eclipse glasses.
Yeah, dude. They're probably selling like crazy. Solar eclipse glasses. I should make a TikTok channel today and start pushing these things. But you could get sued if they don't work, right? Yeah, it'd be really bad. Be really bad.
Well, Josh, if you go to this event, though, you don't even have to buy glasses.
Yeah.
Because it says the National Park Rangers will be on hand with special glasses to wear to protect your eyes.
Wow.
We'll also have Junior Ranger Eclipse Explorer books and badges for the young people who attend. So if your kid is on spring break on April 8th, this could be a cool thing to check out. So parents trying to entertain your kids, April 8th, bring them to Sandy Hook for this watch party. It sounds like an awesome party for your kid.
Yeah.
Like what kid doesn't get excited over a solar eclipse?
What kid doesn't get excited to stare at the sun? That's like one of your favorite things as a kid.
I used to love making the homemade like things to look into the sun during a solar eclipse.
You ever stare at the sun for a second? Just like really quickly as a kid, you open your eyes really wide and then you look away and you see it everywhere you look. You see the
It's
bright
so
spots.
painful.
Yeah, man. I was pretty mental as a child.
Did you have vision problems after that, or you're fine?
You
You never wore glasses, did you?
no, my vision's pretty great.
Yeah, well, me neither.
I think it's gotten worse though.
They told me to get reading glasses. And also, I can't see far, but it's not to the point where it's needed. So I got glasses for like a week, and then I said, nah, I can't do this.
Yeah, plus you don't want to be a nerd.
I mean, glasses are cool. I always wanted to be the guy wearing the cool glasses, but I just don't look good with glasses. That's why I don't wear sunglasses.
I think at this point I'd like to go get an eye exam because my eyes are they've definitely gotten weaker. And I think vision...
Close or far?
Probably far.
Okay.
You know how like vision, I always just thought it's like things are blurry, like it's like foggy, but really it's like my eye just can't focus on certain stuff now. That's what it feels like. Like
Your eyes all over the place?
I look at a sign that's really far away and I'm trying to read the words and it just feels like it's not blurry to me. It's just hard to focus on. It's hard for my eye to be able to zero in on it. And I was like, oh, that's bad vision.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I always thought it's like you like it's a Gaussian blur or whatever.
Why don't you, just get some glasses for like long range, bro. When you're driving, especially.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll get
with the fam.
some cool like Wayfair style glasses.
Yeah, dude. I feel like guys, when they get older and they start getting glasses, they change the look. It's like a cool thing.
Yeah, I could start reading the newspaper every morning.
Well, that's close. So I don't think. See, that's the thing. You have to figure out: are you far, or like long range, or close range?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because some guys like it gets blurry when you're close. That's why they need the glasses.
Close is great. I can read everything. I can read 0.6 font.
Yeah.
But if you get me
It's the highway signs. I always play a test with myself. I'm like, how far can I read
Yeah,
this
I
sign?
did the same thing.
It's so hard for me though because I'm bad. Like I have bad long range. Or
Yeah.
long range, close range.
So that'd be you're nearsighted, I think.
No, yeah. Farsighted or nearsighted?
I think nearsighted means you can't see stuff that's far away.
Nearsighted, you can't. Okay. Because because you only see things near you.
Yeah, I think that's what it means.
We don't know what we're talking about.
All right, let's close out this podcast. Hey, everybody, thank you for listening to another week of the Garden State Podcast. We appreciate every single last one of our listeners. Wonderful people, all of you.
You guys are the real ones.
You're all the real ones, yeah. We will be back next Friday with more New Jersey news, facts, info, and details for all of you. Thank you for listening. Have an amazing week. We'll see you next Friday. Bye.
See you later.
Later.
You're listening to the Garden State. dirty jers.